Sure. Right, let's move on. So obviously she did her ugly point. It was actually about just device being the ideal, etc.
That was my ugly point.
Maui, give us yours. What is yours? Because you actually had another Astralis-related one, but this is the spicy one. So Maui, set it up. What is your ugly point?
Yeah, so I think people that maybe were just this discussion didn't really go too many places. Like it didn't really make it to HLTV other than perhaps the forums or anything like that. But something that sort of set Twitter on fire for about like a day and a half or so was the fact that the Astralis female player wanted the women agents, and so she wanted to bring in these types of agents. She wants to, like, she wrote that open letter. It's Josephine from the actual Astralis. The Astralis team, and she's like, the wording on this is why I think there was a little bit of hostility and confusion there. But I think in essence her point was more or less, and everybody else that she signed with on that Astralis women's team, was that they wanted there to be at least one, like a female free agent in the game, so that there would be representation for women in Counter-Strike. And some people, some of which in this call, were actually against her idea there that should be that there should be a female agent in there, because there's maybe some more important matters. And I think that by the way,
low key, I'll even say specifically, Dona's point was actually, the joke is, you could even just take the nameplate off. It could have just been a guy. She was just based. She was like, who gives a fuck about female agents? Just fix the fucking game. That was basically like her take.
I didn't say it like that.
No, of course not. That was the gist, though. That was the gist.
Yeah. So I mean, my point about this and why it's ugly is that I'm on this woman's side. I'm on Josephine's side.
Okay.
As a male feminist, just like Anders Bloom, I am one that says, you know what, if there's like I don't think that there's a zero sum game here, where I think that I think Valve, for example, they're capable of putting in a female agent, and I think it's a very little cost to them. It could be like nondescript. It could just have like a very generic woman's voice or whatever. I don't think these 3D modeling things take way too long. Like I've seen Lydia, the woman that helped reskin Overpass, like she can make stuff happen in like a day. She can make a whole model in a day of like a 3D object that you could put in a game. And so I feel like if Josephine and the other Astralis women want this, and also some women wanted this beyond them, as they were showed on Twitter in the discourse, then I would say that I'm all for it, because for me, there's no cost to me unless it literally hurt the gameplay. And there is a discussion about, like, and I never saw anybody bring this up, but it was my idea. It was like,
will they look at the same model on the hitboxes and stuff, I'm guessing, right?
Yes, I mean, they would literally make them the same.
Yeah, I would yeah, just literally change the face, you know, and then basically like make the proportions a little bit more feminine. And I feel like that would be totally fine if the hitboxes are all the same, and visibility is the same for that matter. So I'm
like, the joke is obviously the female agent can't be like super slim, so then you can't fucking AWP her if she like peeks a car. Obviously it has to look the same, like Quake has the same models in it. But I'm with you. I know that wasn't even a point brought up, but it would have been actually a decent counter, but no one thought it up, Maui.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. I think the response to this was it went into too many directions, which I think kind of missed the main thing of this, which is that representation makes people feel like they're more welcome in different spaces. And I know that I would appreciate more women being in this space, because it's obviously great that we have people like Freya, Tech Girl, Shocks, and Dona here.
Oh, there we go. I knew he was going somewhere with that one. I knew it was going somewhere. Okay. Come on then, Dona. You were obviously part of this story. So what do you think on this topic?
I have a lot to say about this. So... Okay. No, first of all, I 100% agree. I think there's no harm in having them, and I was not against it, by the way. I think I worded myself a bit too short, because I did an additional tweet on it. The whole problem and why it was taken so hostile by many people, why the response was, like, I think, mostly negative, actually, is the way they wrote it. I think if they would have just said, hey, we would think it's super cool if we would have a female agent, I think, honestly, no one would give a shit. Like, people would say, oh, yeah, that's cool, or nah, I don't care, you know, whatever. I think it would have not been, like, so dramatic. The problem why it was, like, taken so bad is that they literally wrote that Valve is supporting sexism by not having female agents. Yeah. On top of that, saying that they're supporting the toxicity and whatever. So in kind of like a way, they played like the victim card, saying we don't matter. We are just a guest at the party. And I think this is crazy to make this about female agent skin, because, you know, I'm like, what actually bothered me was like, why are you wasting this letter that got so much attention for something like that? I mean, of course, like, first of all, I think for me personally important are like just like to fix the game. But outside of that, I also want to have more women in the scene, because I just like, I'm a content creator for many years, and I have a very close relationship with my community, of course, and I also have women in my community. And believe me or not, but the number one reason for many women that stop playing the game or don't want to play the game or don't even want to try is toxicity and sexism. And imagine they would have like maybe tried to make it about that. I think this would have a whole different response if maybe they would ask for some kind of like a ban system. In Faceit, you have that. For example, in Faceit, you can make a support ticket.
Okay.
Actually, recently someone called me a fucking bitch in the first round because I said one thing.
Well, you could have dropped me a gun, you know, like fucking, I'm just being a teammate and that, but you know, whatever.
You know, and somehow an admin joined the Faceit match. I don't know how it was triggered or whatever. Maybe someone supported, but instantly we had an admin, and he was nice for the rest of the match.
Oh, right. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, this would never happen to WoW servers. And the problem is, if you actually like really like think from zero, if you want to have more women playing the games, more girls, they're gonna start at zero, right? So they're not gonna start playing Faceit. Faceit is for more, I would say, like advanced players.
Yes.
They're gonna play Premier, they're gonna play matchmaking. They're gonna get insulted 24/7 in 9 out of 10 matches, and there's nothing they can do about it. You can report them for verbal abuse. It will do nothing because they need a lot of reports in a day to get actually submitted. So nothing happens to them. You cannot make a support ticket. Yeah, they just get away with it. They keep doing it and keep doing it. And this is what like holds off so many like girls from playing the game, and that makes CS unattractive for women. It's like really the toxicity and the sexism. And this is something that really bothers me. Of course, I deal different with it because I kind of like used to it, which is sad. But if I would be new to this game, I think I would not play it, honestly, if I would get insulted just for being a girl. And I think like they kind of like missed the point. You know, they like their message. If their message would just be, we want to have female agent skins because they're cool, no one would give a shit. I would have not even commented on that. But they literally said this would cause more women to play the game. Yes, I think a few girls would play the game because there's a female agent. But for me, it's like, I don't think that most girls will play CS just because there's a female agent. I think most girls actually don't care about it. They want to play the game because it's cool and they want to have fun playing the game, but they will get literally kicked out of the, kicked out of games and be like, I don't know, like, you know, the community is just like very hostile. And I think this was like the whole thing. Like they made the point that this is the reason why maybe not so many women are interested in CS, but that is not true. And I think it was kind of like a waste to write a letter. If they would have made a normal post about it or whatever, really everything good. Or if they would actually not make that it's sexist to not have female agents, I think no one would care. But it was very written dramatically. And honestly, I don't even think that the girls wrote it. In my opinion, this looks like a Astralis PR move. It's just assumption here. So I feel also a bit bad for the girls that they got so much hate. Because there were, of course, a lot of toxic comments like, yeah, just go to the kitchen, classic woman demanding things, like, you know, stupid comments. I feel bad for this, but I think it was just like worded bad. And I think they really brought attention to something that is not the reason why women are not playing this game. And it's just my opinion. You can disagree with it. But yeah, I think it's just like not